Sawadee krab. Welcome,
krab.
Mr. Willie Tan. Thank you for giving us the pleasure of having you here. And,
Yes, thank you.
Please take a seat.
Okay, thank
We were
you.
just talking about phase 2, and
Oh.
I believe you're an expert on phase 2, so maybe you can give us some knowledge of how phase 2 works. Mr. Tan, what makes phase 2 to be reputable as one of the best functional ingredients for weight loss?
Well, phase 2 carb controller basically is a standardized, purified white kidney bean extract manufactured in U.S., New Jersey. Since its launch in year 2000 to now, phase 2 has been growing from strength to strength. Throughout these years, we have received prestigious awards in the United States, like Nutrition Business Journal since 2002, 2003. And even in Japan, we were rated as the top health food ingredient in Japan. Even as in the year 2007, we were awarded as most valuable product by Therapy Times in US. What is interesting is in 2007, phase 2 was recognized by US FDA.
Which is something very, very difficult to actually get recognition from them.
It's almost impossible.
Exactly.
To recognize by US FDA as a functional, has a functional product, and also have a structural claims to it. So it's so remarkable. And also since then, as recent as last year, 2008, phase 2 was also rated as the top dietary ingredient in USA. So it shows to you all the awards that we have received only affirms that phase 2 is strongly backed by clinical studies, and it's very good for weight control.
Okay, I'll go on to the next question.
Sure.
Like, as we know, there are so many white kidney bean extract sources in the market, right? How is phase 2 distinctive from the others? How are they different from the others?
Basically, a lot of consumers does not really understand phase 2 white kidney beans against those of the generic white kidney beans. The reason because phase 2 white kidney beans is a product that is clinically studied, supported by safety, efficacy, and even published studies in reputable journals.
Okay.
Whereas those generic white kidney beans, they do not have these clinical studies to support weight claims.
Can you continue, please?
And interestingly also, because phase 2, we also receive what we call GRAS status. GRAS means generally recognized as safe. When you receive a GRAS status, by the way, it's very high standard in terms of safety. Now, we are already affirmed GRAS status in 2006. And that means that the phase 2 can be even incorporated into food applications. And it can be consumed long term with no side effects.
Okay.
So consumer can actually take phase 2 each time they take carbohydrates, and they be very sure that they're not going to have side effects.
Exactly.
And they can take it long term to enjoy the benefits of weight control.
So this GRAS certification is from the States? Or
Yes, it's basically a United States certification, and it takes 2 years to go through tons of studies to
Well,
approve
within
it.
that 2 years, a lot of business has gone out already.
Absolutely.
It's taken 2 years to get the certification. This is generally the difference between a phase 2 and those generic.
Oh yes, absolutely. Most generic will never be able to attain GRAS status. Because it's really, you must have solid clinical data, safety data to support it. And that's why phase 2 today, we have gone through many clinical, just to update you, in fact, to date, we have more than 19 clinical studies supporting phase 2 safety and efficacy. 19, which you will never see it in any generic white kidney
19
bean.
as in 19.
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Tan, Slym Carbo Block is an innovation product which is the first time in Thailand that incorporates a phase 2 in chewable products, chewable tablets. So how do you think this innovation will enhance more functional benefits of phase 2?
Oh, it is really interesting. In fact, to be able to put phase 2 into a chewable tablets, okay, is a very innovative concept. The reason why I mention it is because consumer can enjoy the food, okay, the tablets. It's not just capsules, so people can enjoy it rather than swallow it. Yet at the same time, it has the benefits of reducing the carbohydrate calories absorption.
Uh-huh.
And it's not only that, you must understand the mechanism of phase 2, how phase 2 works.
Uh-huh.
You see, phase 2 basically works in such a way when we consume carbohydrates in our body, the body secretes what we call alpha amylase enzymes.
Okay.
This is the enzymes that breaks down carbohydrates
Into
glucose for the
glucose,
body.
sugar, yeah.
That's right. Okay? And what phase 2 does is this. Phase 2 goes in, phase 2 binds to this amylase. By binding to the amylase, it stops the amylase converting carbohydrates into sugar into your system. So our pancreas secretes that, by the way, so it gets the job done. However, our mouth also have the salivary glands has this enzymes too.
In it, yeah.
So by using a tablet, when you chew it,
starts
the mechanism starts from the mouth all the way to the GI. So it becomes an added advantage, actually.
Wow. That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yes, that's why it gives you an enhanced functional benefit rather than just a capsule. It starts as early as in the mouth rather than waiting for it to go to the GI.
Exactly.
So that's where the chewable tablets becomes a better approach towards incorporating phase 2.
Begins from the beginning.
Yes, it begins from the beginning. You're absolutely right. I want to give you one final information that a lot of people does not understand about phase 2. When you take phase 2, the result that people see is not weight loss. Actually, it's interesting. The first thing that happens is inches loss will take place first because the body burns away stored energy, fats around your belly. So when you do that, you will find that most people will slim first. Then comes the weight. So when people take phase 2, when they step on the weighing scale, they say, oh, I don't lose weight.
I didn't lose much.
Yeah. But that does not mean your inches is not lost because we are talking about body fats. It's different from the tissues. Because that's why this is something that consumer must understand. Not just keep stepping on the weighing scale. What is important is the weight. You see tremendous result from inches loss. The latest study, a lot of people doesn't know, we just finished a Chinese study in China.
Yep.
We did 100 subjects. It's big.
Yeah, like,
okay? And during this 8-week study, the average inches loss is almost 5 cm. It's 5 cm.
In eight weeks?
Yes.
5 centimeters.
Yes.
That's like about 2 inches.
Yes, absolutely.
In 8 weeks.
Absolutely. This is consistent throughout all our studies. That the first thing that people will notice is the inches loss. You find your pants getting a bit loose first, then, but the weight will still come in ultimately. So you will see something like almost 2 kilograms or even more because it differs from person to person. Some people may lose 10 kg, but some may lose only 2 kg, but they can see 3 inches loss. So it varies. So I thought it is good to let people know so that they don't have a wrong concept. And there's one more important thing I really like to highlight. That is, phase 2 can be taken for long term. You must always remember what we use this term called weight control. That means to say today we eat carbohydrates every day. Thai people like kway teow. Right? Am I right?
Good pronunciation
I don't know.
Kway teow.
And fried rice, because every day when you eat carbohydrates, basically there's nothing wrong with carbohydrate. It's too much of it. So this phase 2 can be taken as a control to reduce the calories. So this way you maintain healthy cholesterol in your system. Your blood glucose being maintained because it also affects triglyceride. So it also reduces triglyceride. So I thought it's important we should let the people understand so that they don't have a wrong concept. Oh, today I eat phase 2, I must lose 10 kg. No, that's not the way to do it. It should be taken in the right way.
You lose the inches first.
Yes.
You look slim.
Absolutely. That's what everyone would love to, right?
That's it. Of course. Mr. Vijapan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับขอบคุณครับ